Successful software projects don't happen by chance. They begin with a well-thought-out plan before any development begins. Let me ask you this. Would you enter the world's tallest building knowing there is no architectural plan prior to its construction? By entering this hypothetical building with no architectural plan, you'd be taking a major, possibly life-threatening risk. The same could be said about software. A system that is designed without a plan could be very risky. Risky to the development effort and risky to the end user. Have you successfully completed a software development effort without a plan? And without a plan, would you be able to meet your intended project milestones and timeline? Would you be able to maintain your estimated budget? In our experience, a lack of project planning leads to poor software requirements, weak project management, a lack of defined processes, a lack of risk management and mitigation efforts, as well as unclear objectives and scope creep, in addition to many other issues that can arise without proper project planning. Oftentimes, project planning may get overlooked due to time constraints. When a go-to-market timeline is established, it can be tempting to dive right into the product or software development before a plan is established. Perhaps project or software planning seems intimidating, so just simply ad hoc engineering seems like a logical place to start. We recommend planning out 8 critical components for any project. This video will provide a high-level overview of the following project planning elements: a master project plan, a risk management plan and mitigation report, product and software requirements, project schedule and budget, a quality assurance plan, architectural design, a development plan, and lastly, a master test plan. For a deeper dive into each project planning element, visit our full article linked in the video description below. Begin your project or software planning by laying out the master project plan. At a high level, the master project plan establishes a project management process, outlining responsibilities, a project schedule, communication, and reporting protocols. Ultimately, the goal of the master project plan is to keep all project stakeholders on the same page. After establishing the master project plan, it is important to then define a risk management plan early on, since this is critical to evaluate risks and hazards to end users and users in development, as well as those who are validating the device during the clinical trials. The risk management plan should include a few essential pieces. These essential pieces include management procedures, roles and responsibilities, identification and analysis, as well as risk planning, monitoring, control, and reporting. A risk mitigation report should then be developed as well to mitigate potential risk occurrence by developing a report that brings attention to various options and actions to reduce risk and allow project stakeholders to identify potential root causes, assess and prioritize, and implement a sound plan for mitigation. Following a risk management plan and risk mitigation, it is important to then identify essential requirements from the start of the project to reduce project rework and mitigate technical risks prior to the product's release. When identifying essential requirements, be sure to closely consider the difference between what the project's goals are versus the product's requirements, so that you can create requirements that accurately define the product's needs. After laying out requirements, begin outlining a quality assurance plan. The first step in creating a solid quality control process is to identify the roles that each stakeholder will play as they relate to risk and quality management. When you are outlining a plan to design and develop the system to various high-quality standards, whether that be FDA 510K for medical devices, NIST 800 for military systems, or ISO 9001 for industrial control systems, a quality plan and review process is a must. After planning out a quality assurance strategy, project managers can then build an appropriate budget for each phase of the project once resources are defined. You can start building an appropriate budget by creating a work breakdown structure to accurately define your product, and once the work breakdown structure is complete, you can then work to establish a project scope and traceability. Ultimately, traceability provides a means of accountability for all stakeholders. An architectural design can ultimately make or break the system. With this being said, it is all the more important to create a design that demonstrates a high-level structure of the system. Developing an architectural design from the start of the project provides a more realistic way to manage risk, as well as managing cost expectations by supporting design decisions early on. In terms of a development plan, a focus on documentation is highly encouraged. Standard documentation processes set expectations for every phase of the project. For software-related products, it is critical that a software development plan be completed during this planning phase. Defining the types of testing methods and testing goals and exceptions in your planning will provide the test engineers a basis of what is expected from the test, ultimately keeping the cost of testing and the budget constraints in mind. Recommendations for software testing should include requirements testing, stress testing, testing unique to product, security testing, and performance testing. The thoroughness of your project's plans can determine if you will complete the project on time and within budget. Since the project's plans and processes can be referenced throughout the product development lifecycle, having these plans can lessen or even eliminate project rework, saving both time and money. Taking the time to solidify the above plans will ensure a smooth transition from each stage of the product development process. Utilizing project plans allows you to envision what can be achieved when project objectives are realized. To learn more about the 8 project plans we talked about today, check out the links in the video description below. And if you need any assistance planning out your next software development project, we are here to help. Our contact information is in the video description below, and you can email us at info@psi-software.com or visit our website, www.psi-software.com.
If you found this video to be helpful and would like to learn more, or if you'd like to learn about another specific software development related topic, let us know in the comments below or send us a message at info@psi-software.com.